Around, good run by Brisbane, the hooker. Making a good break inside. Oh, Johnson home. And that is the first strike.
Riley with some space. He's got a man inside. He won't beat him. He beats Ewan. And Riley will canter the score underneath or beside the post.
A nice little short play there, set piece. And here he is, going round the back, looking for space on the outside to Powell. Finds a bit of space to Powell. One to beat, in and away, try!
Oh, good intercept there. Queensland under 20, number 11.
Sam Edwards.
Who else getting under?
Oh, but what about the hit?
Jesse Tupou on the wing, former Nudging College graduate. He's
That pass. Gee, the big boy. Oh.
trucking that up. Here we go. Try time to the Melbourne Rebels under 20.
Malone now makes the break, and here's Ewan. And that is a try. The blue side attacking. Cheekham. Here comes Cheekham. Looking for support. He might go all the way. He's over. What a try. Well, welcome everybody for Rugby.com.au's big coverage of the big Super Under-20s final here at what can be described, or what some people think, is the home of rugby at Ballymore. And with us today, we've got Sam Phillips, the Queensland correspondent for the ARU. How are you, mate?
Good, Gareth. How are you, mate?
Well, I'm looking forward to this. It should be a massive match. The sides met a couple of weeks ago. New South Wales Gen Blue side, they were down. They're playing against the Reds here, of course, and they've got a few players included in their side.
Yeah, that we were at that game, yourself and I, a fortnight ago, and it was a tight contest where Queensland sort of just kicked away late. So I think New South Wales will be better for that run, as they say, and I think they'll be. It's going to be a ripping contest here today.
Yeah, certainly will. But big news during the week: Cody Walker suffered a big ankle injury, so Harry Chapman will come into the front row for Gen Blue. How do you see that affecting the side?
Well, Chapman was really good when he came on against Queensland a couple of weeks ago, and he was sharp when he came on last week as well. So I don't think that'll really affect him too much. It's just got a matter of whether he can continue that output on the starting field rather than just from the bench, yeah.
Yes, and a couple of injury concerns for the Reds have been alleviated with Hunt coming back in to the side. And of course, the big news is Stewart, who was on the bench for the Reds last night, he's starting the match.
Yeah, it's massive. He's, I think everyone knows he's been one of the best players, if not the best player of the Super Under-20 so far. So to have him at starting 10, they'd be so confident now that he's back in that side.
Yeah, they certainly will be. How do you think this game's going to be played out? Do you think it's going to be played up the middle, or do you think they're going to use expansive rugby on a ground which has seen a lot of rain this week and it's held up tremendously?
Yeah, it's a perfect deck. You wouldn't know that it was basically flooded here a few days ago, and that's the modern day drainage, mate. It's fantastic. But I think Queensland will try and use that set piece as much as they can. They have a really strong set piece, but they also have the capacity to attack from the back with guys like Namanu and Will Eadie and Sammy Edwards as well. So they can do whatever they're required to do. They will find a way to win, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, the New South Wales Gen Blue, the midfield of Lokatui and Cheekham, they've been unstoppable the last week or so.
Cheekham in particular was really good a couple of weeks ago when they played Queensland. He's really explosive, and every touch is something that he threatens the defensive line. So I think Queensland will definitely have a marker on his head for sure.
And quickly on the set piece, both scrums, they're very well rehearsed. The line out for New South Wales Gen Blue was a little bit down, but they seem to have fixed that in the last week against the Rebels. Do you think that's going to be a factor?
Yeah, I think they will get a lot of confidence out of that. They, as I said, they struggled a couple of weeks ago in that line-out department. When their reserve hooker came on, he played a lot better. So I think they'll take some strides out of that. But Queensland have a really good line-out defence, so it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yes, well, we are here for Rugby.com.au, the big final for the Super Under-20s. It's going to be an absolutely amazing match. We had the chance earlier in the week to catch up with both sides, and here's what they think of this match, what it means to them, and how they're going to travel today.
It's been a tough competition, so it's really good to get here, and to versus New South Wales in the finals a massive show. We would really want to show up for it.
We'll score!
Just run straight.
It means a lot, To be honest, I didn't think me and the boys would get at this stage, but looking forward to it. And pretty keen to rip in this weekend.
Cheekham, can he break
through? I've also played a lot of junior footy with the New South Wales boys, so at the end of the day, we are competitors and we are sort of enemies, I guess, on the field, so we're always trying to get one up on each other, so it's always good, yeah.
Oh, nicely done, Hewitt.
I love playing Queensland. There's nothing better than it. And for an opportunity for these young blokes to feel that passion and to have that rivalry, I think it's great. I think it's great, and I hope they tear them apart.
Have to back inside, and that is a very good try.
We always like to get over them down south, so they like to come up here, and I think we each seem to think the other one are no good. So I think when they come up here, we like to put it to them and give them a tough game, and always good to play against strong teams. So yeah, good challenge, and we look forward to it, definitely.
That's one of the games everyone gets hyped up for, and yeah, that's kind of like this week's game. So yeah, I'm pretty keen. A bit like the State of Origin, so yeah, it should be good.
A lot of family and friends coming down. It's going to be massive. So I suppose we have a real advantage here at home. Obviously home crowd, and I think that just raises it up even more, gives it a bit more spark, playing in front of family and friends. So yeah, it should be awesome.
I reckon it's personally one of the best grounds in, and not only in Australia but in the world. The opportunity to play there, and for these guys, I don't think many of them would have in the past. So I think it's a great opportunity for them to start to feel that professional environment. Playing in front of a grandstand. Hopefully we can get a few people out there, good change rooms, things like that. It's more of that from a grassroots rugby, club rugby, into a professional environment. So hopefully they cherish it and they learn something from it.
Having Thorny here as a coach, sort of as a mentor and a coach, a lot of the players have looked up to him since they were little kids, so having him there is definitely a massive X factor. We turn up, we play footy, we don't have to sort of impress, be cocky, do our job, get it done, and we move on to next week. Our job is to go out there, play some good footy, get the result.
What a try.
The connection, the bond we have at training, the boys all get along together pretty well, and just help other coaches and stuff. That definitely helps us out on the field. All the boys' hard work paying off. So yeah, it's good to get that spot in the final.
And put them in the lead for the first time here today.
To actually get the chance to play against them, and now for a second time, we really look forward to it. That first week, we took a lot out of especially from Thorny, got a lot fired up just to play then. So we look forward to doing it again and hopefully get the win.
Well, there we are, everybody. The road to this Super Under-20s final. And we're up in the commentary box. Sam Phillips joins me. And Sam, just taking a look at that footage. It's been an amazing tournament. And we're going to go to the team list shortly. But what do you think?
Gareth, good to be with you, mate. Looking at this New South Wales lineup, it's a strong forward pack with some really strong centres in Cheekham and Lokatui there, so they're really going to take it to this undefeated Queensland side today.
Yeah, certainly is. And Johnson Holmes, he's moved over. Chapman comes into the side. Koonsel's been playing superbly over the last couple of weeks, but Strang, he's their key, I think. But they've got a big bench, this Gen Blue side.
Yeah, they do. And Bradford, there is a reserve hooker. We've got Matthew at prop, and now we're having a look at the Queensland lineup here. It's an almost unchanged side with the exception of Gore coming in for his starting.
And Namanu, he didn't play last week, and Edwards also comes into this side as well. So it's going to be a big, big match. Both coaches confident there's two sides can get away with this one, Sam. And I tell you what, we're just waiting for this Reds side to come out here. You can see the crowd. It's amazing, and always the Reds, they do a good job of promoting the game at grassroots level. And there we see the side led out by their captain, Liam Wright. They are favourites going into this match, the Reds side, and it's going to be New South Wales kicking off. And the Reds will be receiving the kick, running right to left on your screens at home. It's about 3,000 people here, Sam.
Yeah, it's a big call, mate. Through this grandstand here, the McLean stand's pretty full, so good turnout here, as there always is for grassroots rugby in Queensland. But fantastic day at Ballymore.
Yes, it certainly is, and you can see the crowd up here. It's building very good on Rugby.com.au. And it's been a wonderful initiative by the team at Rugby.com.au to bring all these games live on Facebook. We go now to the kickoff, and it's showtime here. With a nice kick and well weighted, and they come down with it, the Reds, and he has gone past the horizontal there, Sam. So early on, there's a penalty.
Yeah, not a great start for New South Wales. They wouldn't have been hoping to perhaps force an unclean exit. So here was Stewart's first chance to put a nice kick in. Yeah, well, there was doubts whether he was going to play today, Stewart, and in the back of my mind, he was always going to play, and he was always dreaming about a start like that, Sam. Yeah, they didn't name him as a bit of a precaution, but I think there was always always going to be the man in the number 10 jersey was Hamish today.
Yeah, he's certainly been the standout fly half in the competition. So the Reds set now for their first line out of the match, and nicely one off the top. Here's Stewart. Stewart takes them on early, getting them about 25 outs. As Scott Young comes around the corner, he's damaging, but there's good line speed there. Max Girdler getting over the ball for the Gen Blue side. And there's the captain in Liam Wright, and Liam Wright doing a magnificent job, and we give away a penalty early on. It's kicking distance. What do?
Yeah, I think I'll have a shot here, I reckon, as Liam Wright points to the post.
Yeah, we're just tuning into the referee there on Rugby.com.au, and that is the indication that they will be going for the shot early on, striking the first blow, Sam.
Got to take those early points when they're on offer. The Reds would have liked Jake McIntyre to kick that first one last night, get them on a roll, but not to be, so hopefully New Sephora can do a better job here for the Queensland side.
Well, certainly the defensive speed of the Gen Blue, it's different to what we saw a couple of weeks ago here in Queensland. There's a bit more urgency, speaking to Pat McCutcheon and Tim Rapp during the week. That was the thing they said. There was just no urgency when they came here last time. They came up the night before, had the captain's run here at Ballymore, getting used to it.
Yeah, they look to be a different side. They look, even warm up, they look to be really up for this. So I'm expecting a better showing than what we saw a fortnight ago.
So here's New Sephora, comes in, strikes the ball, and that is the start they wanted. This Queensland Reds under-20s side, of course, the Super Under-20s final here at Ballymore. Off to a great start. It's 3-0 in favour of the Reds. So we go now, and Strang again, pinpoint accuracy. Clements comes through on it this time. He almost gets under those legs again, but he held back as they come out, and again Liam Wright taking them forward. Scott Young looking to get involved, and they come back. They've taken it back in, and Stewart with another searching kick downfield, and Clements is there. Spread to King. King going back towards Clements, throws the dummy and gets them to within the 10 of the halfway. And he's lost the ball there, so
turnover ball.
We'll see the first scrum of the match here, Sam.
Your favourite, mate. Your favourite time of day. Yeah, it's some...
every time of day, scrum day for me, Sam.
Mate, that's a good start for Queensland. That's another great kick by Stewart. Sends it 50-odd downfield and forced the error there from New South Wales from King. So some good field position now for the Reds. Let's see what they can do with it.
Yeah, certainly interested to see the attack.
Get through.
As we just hear the referee there just talking to his players, making sure this set piece is set nicely, and it wasn't, Sam, so we'll get a reset here. For me, Gen Blue has the superior scrum.
You reckon?
Definitely. Especially with Chapman coming into the side. Cody Walker, more known for his running, suffered that unfortunate injury during the week. I think Chapman really solidifies that front row.
Yeah, they're completely different players, the two of them, so it'll be interesting to see whether your theory holds true here, mate. I'm not sure it might. Pretty solid scrum there.
Yeah, certainly wasn't. Stewart throws the dummy, and Riley takes them over the line as he has done so all tournament. Stewart, that's not the best ball from New Sephora. He has to come back, and he does well to get back with some heavy pressure there, and Scott Young going on with it, and there's a bit of heated exchanges out there.
Yeah, a bit of a New South Wales player trailing back in front of New Sephora there, that he sort of had to work around him to get the pass around him, and it ended up being a loose one, so probably throw it into him next time.
So this will be Ram looking for touch. He's got a very big boot on him, the winger. Also kicks the goals as well, as we see the Hoff throwing up the flag for the first time, Sam.
Yes, the great man. I think this is really...
Portuguese international. This one goes to the back. Oh, nicely done. Oh, Strang can't get a ball off the top. Koonsel now goes to Lokatui, and Lokatui's forced to take it to ground, and some very good defence out wide. Taking it forward this time's Macaulay. Macaulay, very busy lock. This time is Johnson Himes, and that is great defence. He picks it up and goes again. Great awareness by the prop forward.
Lost, right?
Looks like they've lost the ball forward. Yes, they have. So McCutcheon won't be too happy with that. The advantage will be played, and the Reds have come up with it in the end, and it's going to be called back now for a scrum by referee Cooper, who gets his just desserts refereeing this big Super Under-20 finals here. He's been the standout referee along with touch judge on the other side, Amy Perrott. She's been outstanding as well.
Yeah, there was an interesting passage of play there. New South Wales kind of looked a bit muddled in their organisation. Strang was looking either side of the ruck as he was picking the ball up, and Queensland did well to get up and put a couple of big hits on. So not the start that New South Wales have been looking for in attack there.
So we'll see how this scrum goes. 22 out, right smack bang on the line there for all our viewers at home on Rugby.com.au. So the Reds, they're going to test their arm, and
good scrum.
Yeah, very nice set piece there. It comes to Stewart, and Stewart will obligingly kick the ball down the field as Clements gets there looking for the quick one, but
how good's that?
Unfortunately, their king just couldn't get across to counter-attack, so that's a great kick there.
Superb kick. He hits that pinpoint perfect kick, puts the opposition in their own half almost every time, Stewart, from his own 22, so real sharp start for him.
It's a great day here at Ballymore in Brisbane, and the ground, as we said, has held up magnificently as Swinton comes off the top for that set piece. They look a bit disjointed. Girdler forces the pass and didn't really need to. So Nusafora now set. Hunt gets the ball. Hunt looks to break the line. Girdler comes across over the top as Lokatui goes down the bottom. Coming around now is Hupert. Hupert always finds a little bit extra. Hawkins, has he lost the ball? Yes, he has. So the humid, sticky conditions out there playing a little bit at the moment as Strang gets a little chip box kick, I guess, over the top.
That's a good nudge.
And it goes towards the touch line. And a fine touch. And Edwards, he comes back into the side today. His pace was missed last week, I guess, against the Brumbies side down in Canberra. Yeah, he's very good on his feet as well.
A couple of the boys said they won ugly last week for the first time against the Brumbies, so having a guy like Edwards back will make it a bit more pretty, you'd think.
You'd say it was what they needed coming into this big final.
Big tough run.
Oh, just spoiled at the top there. That's going to be called an advantage. Knock on Macaulay it was. He's a very good exponent of the jump, and they go wide here, the Reds. And Hewitt, great running outside by the big number 8. Rampaging, you'd even call it. So here comes Scott Young. Scott Young, again, getting them over the advantage line. Not making too much, but everything counts at this stage of the game. Mafu. Oh, great hit there. It was Chapman, the boy from Maitland. And Hupert this time. This is good defence, good line speed by the Gen Blue side. The ball spits out. Nusafora does well to get it, and Stewart has a bit of a look, had plenty of time, and that is, he went to kick right, went left, found touch, and that's brilliant.
Got on a string, this boy. It's absolutely superb vision and awareness to be able, and then to be able to just off one step, hook it around the corner like that, that's insane.
Of course, the Reds having the Ballymore Kid program, he could be the Ballymore prodigal son if he keeps going this way.
He is already. He was on the bench last night. I think he's very close to for a game at the end of this season, I think.
Going up. Oh, Nusafora comes down with it. Here come the Reds now. Attacking the line, the 15 out. They'll look to play tight here as Nusafora takes it in. Nice little short pass by Mafu. Scott Young. They'll go again. Driving forward, he's held up a little bit there, but manages to get to ground easily in the end. And this time it's Blythe. This is good tight stuff by the Reds, good patience. They've done it all year. Gall it was that time. Mafu standing one wide, and that's a penalty. So, 3-0 up. Do they extend it to 6, or do they go for the line here?
I reckon they might go for the line here, just to put a bit more pressure on.
Nusafora looking
shot
to the captain. Yeah, they're going to go for the shot. So
what do I know?
This is a typical final for the Super Under-20s.
Get the points when you can.
They're playing for everything here.
Keeping it very tight early, Queensland. They haven't looked wide too often, but as you can see, they're 4 or 5 pick and drives, so they're getting over that gain line each time, so I don't know why you would stop doing that.
Of course, this game being brought to you by Rugby.com.au, live on Facebook, which has been another great initiative by the team at Rugby.com.au. I think averaging around 38,000 views for the year, which is quite a statistic, I guess you'd say.
Wish I could take credit for that idea, but it wasn't mine. It's far smarter people than me.
Don't sell yourself short, my friend. As Nusafora now lines it up. He's a calm customer. He strikes the ball and that sails through the upright, so the score will move now to 6-0 with 11 minutes played in the half. New South Wales Gen Blue, they're not out of it. They've been defending really well so far, but I guess you'd have to think they need to get up the other end soon, Sam.
No consistency attack for them so far. That's been their problem.
Well, that's a good kick as they come through, and nicely taken. The Reds so sure under the high ball off the restart. And Gall this time coming in on game day. Oh, no, look, pass. Nicely done. Right. Edwards, here comes Edwards. He's got support. Nusafora on the inside. Still going Nusafora. Oh. He's going to be taken, though. Oh, offloads to Hunt, and Hunt drops the ball.
Gone back. Play on.
Edwards comes through. And that is a try. What a try. The Reds, they open them up down the left touchline, and that is a beautiful work try. I thought there might have been a knocked on, but maybe not.
This referee's been calling a lot of those balls knocked back, but how about the pass there from Jaden and Manu? The no-look pass to put Sammy Edwards through a hole, and then he's backed up to do the works. As we have a look at the replay here, have a look at this burst of speed that we spoke about earlier from Edwards. He looks left, looks right.
Yeah, he did well there, didn't he?
And here's Namanu getting involved again, drawing some players across. Is this ball knocked on, though?
Ooh, popped out. I think that's a good call by the referee.
But then really quick thinking by Edwards to kick it through. What a try.
And he got the luck of the bounce, to be fair.
It's a great start.
And Edwards, the Gen Blue side, they look a little bit shell-shocked behind the line.
Could be a point a minute here if he kicks this. Absolutely fantastic stuff from Queensland. Just really good basic skills, using the 4-on-3 down this left-hand corner here, and to put themselves away. And now New South Wales Gen Blue really have a task in front of them.
So Nusafora, he's nailed 2 from almost exactly the same spot here. And now he comes in to strike the ball, and the ball is struck accordingly.
Same as that last kick. It's almost the exact same spot, and Nusafora is on his game today. Great start for the Queensland under-20s.
13-0 the score here, with almost 15 down. And that just sums it up for Strang here today in the Gen Blue side with a bounce there. Escaping his grasp, and they go the opposite side this time, and coming through was Clements. Referee saying play on.
Good
Hunt
hands.
Comes up with the ball. So the Gen Blue side, they need to pressure Stewart here. He just has so much time as King comes back for it, and Strang in the end takes the ball. Ram filling in, and look at that kick chase by the Reds under-20 side. Coons will now offloading. Lokatui dancing. They still look a bit disjointed here, Sam.
Yeah, they're not quite getting over the gain line as they would like, I don't think. Reds are making all their first up tackles and showing some good line speed.
So Girdler standing wide set. Looks like there may be a turnover, and that's a penalty. So Gen Blue, the Reds under-20s, by comparison, are now playing all over this Gen Blue ball, and they're reaping the awards. Yeah,
they're all over them at the moment. I don't think they're too concerned at all about what Gen Blue's been able to produce in attack. So they'll be looking for a bit of spark. I think they need a guy like Chi Cam to get his hands on the footy a bit more. We haven't really seen much of him.
I was very surprised McGrath came on last week against the Rebels, and he was the difference when he came. I thought he may have got the start here today. He's an aggressive, I guess, number 7, and gets in the face of the fly half. So maybe expect him to come in early in the fray here.
Keep going like this, you'd think so.
Because Stewart just has too much time at the moment. And here he is now receiving the ball. Riley standing wide. Oh, Nagamu, here he comes. Outside is Edwards. Edwards gets the ball. What a try. Edie goes over.
That is fantastic footy. But there's got to be questions asked about this New South Wales defensive line. Nemanu went through untouched then. It was a basic sort of play, and he's gone straight through. So what a try by Queensland, though. They're just on fire at the moment.
They just didn't read it, did they? The body's in motion. As we look at the replay here.
Stewart gets across, and Nemanu's gone straight past. I think it might have been Cheek Cam there. I'm not 100% sure, but he's completely misread that.
Well, they were looking for the second man ball, really, and the short ball was there.
Yeah, correct.
And that's the thing about Stewart. He's just so good with his options, isn't he? You know, if he sees an opportunity like he did then, he certainly pounces on it. And this is the toughest kick here for Nusafora, who's a couple in from touch.
Very good decision maker, Stewart, and that was just picture perfect. That was exactly how they would have drawn it up in the training run. And these boys, Nemanu and Edwards in particular, are showing real clean pair of heels that New South Wales haven't been able to keep up with.
And a credit to Edie for getting. He was the man coming around on the play, and he got right outside Edwards there and
to score it. Worth it in the end.
And that is just a good testament to this Reds backline as Nusafora lines it up. Hits it. Oh, wow. We talk about Stewart, but Nusafora, he's nailed that one.
This is a carve-up at the moment, an absolute carve-up. Big Rowan Hoffman's he's having trouble keeping up, running top sideline to sideline here.
Yeah, this ball goes a bit deeper. Edwards takes it, and he's quick on his feet. He had a couple of big bodies to try and get around, and if he did, you'd like to think he'd light this crowd up, which is certainly built as this game's gone on as well. And Stewart, he's under pressure this time by Nettleton. And that's probably his worst clearing kick of the day, but it's still got them about 50 metres. As Ram now pops it over the top. Lokatui gets away, throws it back on the inside to Cheekham. Cheekham, he's stuck on the sideline on the far side. Here's Perotti. That's a better...
He's got that turnover.
Line there by Perotti, but it looks like he's turned the ball over, as it said, Sam, and that's going to be a scrum. Wow. The Reds under 20s side, they're scavenging, they're doing everything, and they've come here at Ballymore, their home ground, to certainly...
Skipper Liam Wright there, all over that football. Great tackle, straight to his feet, released his man, and was all over the ball. So really good stuff from the skipper.
Yes, certainly they know how to lift themselves here at home, Sam, so to speak, and it's the spiritual home of the Reds here in Queensland.
That's it, mate. That's it. That's what I like to say.
So they're lined up. Nemanu is on the right. There could be a little short side play. Well, it's a big short side, but they go to Stewart, and Stewart again. They're going to play safe, and that looks like it might have too much on it, but for somehow it faded away, and
it did not have any regard for Clements back then. They just kicked it straight over his head. Thought it might have been going out on the full. He couldn't. Look at that.
Yeah, we look at the kick here.
Roasted it. Just picture perfect kick. Absolutely superb by Stewart, who's dominating this game.
In saying that, there's still no pressure on him really, and they come up with it through Swinton, and Johnson Holmes is running wide. Getting through the other side is Girdler. Girdler looking to quicken the play out at the breakdown there. Certainly getting congested in there. And that Koonzel direct opposite to his fly half there. And now Nemanu looking to counter-attack, and he's hit by Johnson Holmes, and a very good tackle.
It's been good, Johnson Holmes.
Yeah, he's certainly been their standout throughout the tournament. There's Hupert now getting through the other side. This time it's Hawkins, and Hawkins does well, doing the tough stuff. Here's Hunt coming around the corner. Riley dummies to Namanu, but the ball's loose. Nusafora dives on it as they come wide again. Hawkins, the go-to man in the middle. As the ball comes out to Mafu. Mafu, he's wound himself up, gets a ball away. Scott Young. Scott Young's away. Scott Young, he's pulled down. But here they come, the Reds.
Nusafora now. Looks...
Yeah, this is Blythe. Blythe gets them up to the 5. Stewart's on the left. Nusafora on the right. He's calling them in. They'll pick and drive. Oh, Hewitt there. It comes out the back. There's a chance, and it had to be knocked down there, and that's a penalty in front of the sticks. But I tell you what, if it went wide, even though the mistake was there, such as Queensland's game today, it was a try for all money.
100% was a try for all money.
As we see the replay.
It doesn't go to the bin here. It's probably a good penalty to give away, I think.
As we'll take a listen here to the referee.
Knocked down.
Really? Oh, he's gone.
Was that 3 from the 4?
Yep.
Oh, good.
Doesn't matter. Yep. Shot.
Yeah, no, that's probably, based on what we've seen in Super Rugby over the past couple of weeks, that's been the precedent that's been set. And I think that actually might have been somewhat of a deliberate knockdown compared to some of the ones we have seen. Edna Bullies, the high-profile one last weekend. But yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that in a 3-on-1 situation. So 10 minutes in the bin for Lokatui.
Yeah, it's certainly at a time where the Gen Blue side did not need that.
No,
Sam?
No. Yeah, no, they're having trouble keeping up with 15 men, so I'm not sure how they'll go with 14.
So we saw the Reds last year Super Under-20s champions here at Ballymore against the Rebels. And as anticipated, the flags go up, so the score now moves along 23-0, and we're only just halfway through the first half, Sam.
Are we at a point a minute? We are. We're going at a point a minute, mate, so it's pretty dire straits here for New South Wales.
Yeah, they go deep this time. No one there. Stewart will come across.
What happens here?
Find...
Oh, no.
He's going to try and run the ball out. Oh, Stewart backing himself, and look at that. That is a poor chase there by the Gen Blue side. So they had the kick, as King now forced to take it back, and Namanu, great chase on his own kick, and Strang looking to offer something, light it up, and great tackle at the death there as Johnson Holmes now spreads it wide. Cheekham, he's hard to put down, Cheekham, but he's about 10 out here.
I think Stewart's copped a head knock here from that last tackle on Strang.
Johnson Holmes drives them forward. The vice-captain, Stewart gets himself up. I thought it was more of a shoulder.
Yeah, he's grabbing it. It's almost his ribs.
Swinton this time, 1 out. Oh, inside ball, Girdler.
Try.
Nice try. Girdler, the inside ball, they just weren't aware for it. It's the first opportunity New South Wales has had, and they go over for a pretty good try.
Yeah, Strang set that all up with a run of his own, and he's given the try assist there. So the skipper doing some good work for his team when they're on the ropes. It's not often you see a team score with a man down, and that's exactly what they've done. So great work by Gen Blue. As we look at the replay here, and Strang looks to go across and then just pops one back inside. Girdler able to find his way over the line. So some good footy there by Gen Blue. The first we've really seen of what they can do 25 minutes into this match.
Yeah, certainly. So Ram, he's been pretty consistent with his kicking throughout the tournament. And it's been a very good start to this match by the Reds. So now the Gen Blue hit back 23-5. Can they make it 23-7? As he comes in, strikes the ball. He's got some height. And it's waved away. So nothing going right really at the moment for the Gen Blue side.
He just sliced that one, didn't he? So let's see. That's a great start for the 10 minutes they've got with Lokatui in the bin here, so they'll be hoping to put another try on the board while he's away. Stewart looks to be okay, a bit ginger, but still out there, which is all that counts.
And it looked like the Reds there, they were all in front of the kicker, I thought, but that's come down, and the advantage being played now to the Reds under 20s.
Yeah, good kick off, but New South Wales just misread that. Didn't get the positioning right for the catch and dropped it as a result.
So now, every time they've touched the balls, they've come away with some points. So we'll see if the Gen Blue side now can match this Reds under 20s. One thing about this New South Wales Gen Blue side, they have trailed quite a fair bit in this tournament, so you can't afford to go to sleep, Sam.
Yeah, no, they have been the comeback kings, I guess you could say. They did that last week to get themselves into this match. So they'll definitely be needing that if they're a hope here today.
So we see Hewitt packing in at number 8 there, and that's a penalty to Gen Blue. So for the first time in the match, they get the ascendancy at scrum time. And Ram will take the ball. And he finds touch on the 10. So now, Nettleton come in, and he's been very good in the set piece since he's broken into the starting lineup. And Kunzel just ran out of options there with Lokatui off the field. So this time McCauley takes them forward again, midfield. They go behind Johnson Holmes to Clements. Clements goes behind, throws it out wide, and Nettleton, the hooker running on the touchline. It's something we all love to see here on Rugby.com.au. But unfortunately, buried into touch in the end as we look at the replay here. Oh, we had some space as well. And
Sammy Edwards again.
Adam Fryer, I know he's at home. He'd be loving that one.
Didn't mind a bit of a cherry pick. I'm sure he'll be listening. I mean, he'll love that.
So we're live on Rugby.com.au, on Facebook, and of course, Rugby.com.au homepage, where you can get all your information on rugby in Australia and around the world. As Stewart now again gets it downfield, and it's a good chase again by the Reds under 20s. Clements looking to counter-attack. He has Ram outside him, and he'll take it to ground himself as Cheekham and Ram get over the board. Maybe a turnover here. They were lucky again, the Gen Blue side. They'll reset. That's a good run by Swinton. Nice ball to Girdler. Girdler looks to offload, and Girdler, the ball goes down as Nusafora feeds Stewart. Stewart will come back for the scrum. He was looking to find some field position there, but he'll get another chance as we see the replay. So just...
Yeah, it looked like some really good play there by New South Wales, and got some well over the gain line, but just that loose carry there by Girdler really hurts that momentum that they were starting to build.
Well, without being able to hold on to the ball, they've really struggled at the moment, especially with the way this Reds under 20 side is playing.
They've sort of eased up a bit in the last 10 minutes, Queensland. Just haven't had as much momentum, but good scrum here. We'll get them back on their way, I'm sure.
Yeah, so here they go. Hewitt, Nusafora. Here's Namanu finding Edie. Edie giving a bit of space, and Edie, he's quick. Can't get around Ram, though, on the far side. But the Reds under 20s, this looks a bit ominous here for the Gen Blue side. Scott Young there to take one up, as he's done really well all tournament. He's certainly their go-to man, isn't he, Sam?
Yeah, in the forward pack, always over that gain line.
But here they come now round the corner. Here's Riley. Oh, and Edwards. He's got one to beat, and Edwards goes over. What a try. Well worked And the Reds support staff, they're up here with us. They're cheering them on, as is the crowd here at Ballymore, Sam.
Just again, the absolutely superb skill set, great hands. It's almost like watching a Kiwi side go around this Queensland 20 side. They're absolutely crisp with everything they do. As we look at the replay here, comes out, some great hands, putting Riley away, and he's hit a pinpoint pass for Edwards to run onto. That's the key there. He sized up where his space was and went straight through Clements to score. So really good footy from the Reds, and you said it was ominous about 25-30 out. It proved to be exactly that, mate. Points once again down, turning pressure into points.
So Nusafora from the touchline. He's having what can be described as a perfect day. Even the overcast of Ballymore.
You're right.
It's almost making the sun come out itself. Here in Queensland. So 9 minutes remaining. Can they extend the lead here? And that kick comes around and
can't miss.
The crowd is on its feet, clapping. Young Nusafora. Wow, what a kick.
He wasn't hitting him that. I was watching him warm up. He was not hitting them that well at all.
Yeah.
He's come out and absolutely smoked every single kick he's had. Maybe something in that.
Don't practice, or do practice, but practice badly.
That's my golf.
As there he is again, Nusafora.
Okatui back on the field.
Yeah, he's come back into the fray now, and
one try each.
They've done well to limit the damage, I guess. It could have been far worse given the way this backline's playing behind the forward pack here. So Strang now gets it to Girdler. Girdler takes them up towards that 10. Oh, he's strong. Good run by the 4. He's lost the ball, though. So he's turned the ball over a couple of times after some good carries, Girdler.
It's not a great kick.
Not the best clearing kick, and Clements now has no support back there, so he's going to be forced to kick to this back 3.
In this corner.
Yeah, Namanu to Stewart. Stewart shapes to kick. It's been deflected off a Gen Blue player. Oh, attacked, and it's spilt by Clements, and Clements under all sorts of pressure now.
Jason tired.
Yeah, Strang's going to have to go for the box kick and does accordingly. Namanu lets the ball go into touch. Looks for the quick one, so definitely still looking to be enterprising here. As we see the crowd up on the old hill there.
It's a bit overgrown up there.
Yeah, the groundskeeper, not that he's neglected the ground out there.
No,
but
he's kept his time on the main deck.
Credit to him, it has been raining all week here.
Underwater.
And Hooper takes it forward. Yeah, for our viewers out there, you came here during the week, and this ground, there was about a couple of inches of water over it. So the drainage here is amazing as Scott Young takes them forward. So we're lucky to get a game here as Stewart dances, passes off to Riley. And Riley, gee, he's been good at the outside centre, hasn't he?
Absolutely fantastic.
All year. And Blythe this time. Customary channel up the middle as Hoopert goes again. Nusafora reaches for the ball. Thought it might have been a knock-on, but Stewart dances and takes it back towards his forwards. As Girdler tries to get over the ball. Scott Young now, Namanu, here he comes again inside. Nusafora has support outside. Can he throw the ball? He might not need to. Scott Young, here they go. Try. Wow.
Absolutely superb footy. It's the same thing every time. They throw it, they get suck in, and then they get it out the back to Namanu, and he's just splitting them up the middle. It's fantastic to watch.
Yeah, certainly is. And Horan can consider himself unlucky not to be in the starting team. But Namanu's come in today, and
he's been superb.
Look at him go.
Look at this. It was a very
marginal
borderline pass there. Thought Nusafora might give it back to Jaden here, but he rightfully chose not to.
Yeah, and Scott Young, good support.
Scott Young, great work to trail up and a deserved 5-pointer. He's been getting through plenty of work, the ugly stuff, but that's a reward for that. Just absolutely fantastic footy by Queensland, and it's almost blown the game out of the water before half time here.
Yeah, we've seen Gen Blue, as we said, come back.
Yep.
They were behind on the scoreboard, I think, by about 14 last week, maybe.
Yeah, they were at one stage.
And they came back, but, I mean, this scoreline, it's 30 points.
Yeah, Queensland keep playing like this, it'll be tough to come back from, you think.
And Nusafora again. We've got to the stage where we don't even have to consider it a kick. Such is the prowess shown by the young halfback here today. So Strang gets a nice ball. Clements gets a hand to it, but
well
knocked on, says the referee. So advantage being played as Stewart directs them. They'll probably look to pick and drive. No, Scott Young, he fills in a halfback and the ball bounces. First time Stewart's been pressured, but it'll be called back for the knock-on.
There's a bit of advantage there. There's plenty of space for Edwards, but no. Back for a scrum.
So the Gen Blue side have to pressure this Reds under-20s side as we're within 5 minutes now from half-time. And they have to get some points on the board, you'd think, if there's any sort of hope before half-time coming in.
Yeah, scrum penalty against the feed here is exactly what New South Wales need. Perfect field position.
Oh, good scrum by the Reds under-20s, but Strang dives on the ball.
Can't do that.
Penalty, though.
There's a round in front of the ball there. That was that's why that's been awarded.
Yeah, got a little help there from the touch judge.
Yep, Rowan. Yeah, I think he's going to call play on, but the Hoffs called him back.
No, that's another good touch finder, getting them entrenched again into this Gen Blue half. So we're live here on Rugby.com.au, coming towards the stroke of half-time. Oh, nice little move. Here comes Mafu. Mafu, the goose step. Look at that. He should have run over the top of him for mine, but Stewart now standing wide, calling for it. Has Hunt outside, and Hunt can't get the ball, but Hunt's going to go back towards his forward pack. Straightens up the attack. Bit of space on the short side. Gall can't come up with it, so this time Simpson gets the clearing kick, and inside kick. Clever little kick there by Strang, who has probably been the best out there for the Gen Blue side here today, but there's no chase on that, and Stewart, with all the time in the world. Oh, my word. I don't know.
I reckon that was in.
We may get a replay on that. The crowd has gone up. The Hoff's put his flag up, and he is getting heckled.
Don't know about
like
that.
It's the sit-down comedy club at Hawthorn.
Let's have a look. Can't really
slow it down a bit, yeah. I think it may have just hit the line, but...
Oh, I was going to say, that was extraordinary.
The ball comes off.
Ball don't lie.
The ball does not lie, and Angus Blythe cleans up a scrappy line out. Scott Young again, met by Johnson Holmes, who's picked up a shoulder injury from the tackle. Stewart now. That's a nice, lovely high kick. Oh, and Clements, I think he lost it when it went to space. There's now a look for the clearing kick, and to be fair, it's stabbed down the field.
It's not a bad one. It's no 60-metre torpy, but it's effective nonetheless.
It was more your AFL style.
Yeah, drop punt. Very nice.
Drop punt, yes. So we're coming up towards half-time, and the Reds under-20 side, we'll say it again, they're well advanced in taking home this Super Under-20s titles. Hewitt, the ball's been knocked out. Cheekham, Kenny do something from nothing. Girdler standing wide. Dummies, goes through, taking him into contact and upon himself to get his side on the front foot.
Nice.
Here's Lokatui. McCauley Has Ram on the outside. Ram, he's very quick. Edie, just as quick.
Oh, high shot.
Penalty though, high shot. Dare I say, do you take the kick for goal?
I don't think it's going to win you this game of footy.
As we look at the replay here, we saw him last week get outside his man, but Edie
just slipped over that shoulder, unfortunately.
He's so quick, Edie, isn't he? Good genes.
He knows he can hang off a bit because he's always going to catch whoever's outside him.
That's what he told us last week in the interview. He has good genes, so I wondered if they were the Levo type or as the ball comes off the top. Macaulay does well as they drive forward, but defensively the Reds under-20s are there again as they go. They've broken them all though, so they're at
an advantage.
The 5 metre line. There is an advantage of Koonsel takes them on, but Stewart ends up around the legs, and there's still about 5 out here. Simpson to Swinton, and the ball gets played back. You'd think they'd probably go for a scrum here as we play a little bit of injury time.
Yeah, you'd think unless Strang goes quickly here. Yeah, no, scrum.
So looking to keep the ball in play. We'll take a listen to the referee. He's had a very good game. One more before half time's the call out there. So the Gen Blue side, can they muster something up? Just popping up there, the Gen Blue scrum. Johnson Holmes not happy with what was about to be a bind, I guess. Nearly going early. So the ball fed in again. And this is a very good scrum by Gen Blue. Well controlled by Girdler at the back. Advantage played. Koonsel calling for it. Oh, Strang goes through. Oh, he almost makes a nice darting run. Getting himself over. So the reset here. Oh, and that's a try. Is it Girdler? Yes, it is. That's his second.
Massive scrum set that up. Absolutely not. It's the first massive scrum we've seen today. They've started to get that ascendancy, as you said, Gareth. At the start of the match, you thought they'd have the strongest scrum, and we've seen that, and Girdler's got the second 5-pointer of the day.
Yeah, nice work by Big Max Girdler. As we look at the replay, Strang thought he was almost over himself.
Yeah, he took off, but he wasn't quite there, and then just that pillar defence from Queensland, not ideal there. Probably not as sharp as they'd like it to be.
I'm probably expecting to come from the back as well. It kind of popped out the side.
Sneaky
Girdler
one, yeah.
Did well. Let's see if Ram can convert this one. And at that time, it is successful. So that is half time. And the Reds under-20s absolutely dominating. And who do you think was the best of the half there, Sam?
I think Sammy Edwards on the wing has been absolutely fantastic. Jaden Amano as well, and of course Hamish Stewart's just dominated the game, controlled it. So those three Queensland boys have been superb.
We're going to go now to a halftime package of some highlights of both these sides and how they got into this final series.
Oh, good intercept there. Good intercept there by Queensland under-20s, number 11. Sam Edwards under the post.
The deeper this game goes with this heat. Stewart with it, turns it back inside to Riley. Riley with some space. He's got a man inside. He won't need him. He beats Ewan. And Riley will canter to score underneath or beside the posts.
They go wide, and this will be very close. Is he? Hewitt. The ball comes to the back. Nusafora calls them round it all. The ball spills. Mafu's over. So the ball coming out again. Big Luca. He's close.
Scott Young.
Gee, they got numbers out here.
He's crawling. They need to get it wide.
Give it.
Oh, won't need to. Stewart. Great try. Oh, that's another poor line out, though. As I just cursed him as Hunt. Gets a ball away. Here comes Riley. He's still going, Riley.
Oh, how good's that?
What a try. There's Liam Wright leading by example, getting them forward. Hunt now offloading. There's trouble out wide.
Oh.
What a try.
Stewart. As Garrett's voice gives way.
Well, generally, I believe you've got it right there.
You do.
Unlike your horse tips, but Hunt goes through. Hunt will score.
Just runs straight over the top of Strang there.
Look at it, a nice short ball there to Scott Young, and Scott Young again proving very hard to contain. Lucas goes wide. Riley gets the ball away. Oh, great hands by Horan. And that is posted Nuimata Walu for his first try of the day.
Yeah.
They're driving forward, and again Stewart attacks the line, and Riley goes through, and Riley will score. A nice try by the number 13. Nice scrum again by the Brumbies this time. Lucas goes wide. Stewart steps on the inside. Stewart, he's almost through. He's over.
He
The centre field there again, but unfortunately there's a bit of space
Edie's
out
away.
wide.
He's through.
Edie, we know he's quick, and he's over.
Swinton it was with the grab as Bradford comes around. Good run by Bradford, the hooker. Making good break inside. Oh, Johnson Holmes. Here they come. And that is the first try. Theo Strang. Good halfback's try there, Peter. Cheekham. Here comes Cheekham. Looking for support. He might not need it. Cheekham's going to go all the way. And that's a good individual try, Peter. Strang comes off the back, looking to step, weave away. He's got a plenty of pace. Can he get away? He almost can. Oh, Ram coming outside. Will he score? Yes, he will. Nice try to the winger. Almost on there is Wilkinson turning. That man, Cheekham on the inside. He'll almost go untouched under the post. It's like the lethal weapon pinball machine. As it's kicked over the top. Nice vision. Oh, almost. Fingertip stuff. What about that for Clements? He's over under the sticks. And that's as good as you'll see all year. And here they come again. Clements lined up to the left. Strang.
This is better control at the back.
McLennan it is, with the ball at his feet. As they drive forward. This will be a great forwards try. It's close, and he's over! That will seal the game. McLennan.
Lokatui coming around. Mahi inside now. Coffin winds up, gets the ball away. Good. Clements, can he get there? Might not have to. Back inside. And that is a very good try to Mohi.
Poonsalong gets it to Cheekham, and Cheekham, can he break through? Yes, he can. Little kick through, and here comes Ram. Can he get away? We know McGregor's quick. Dummies on the inside, gets around, and this will be a very good try to the winger. Yeah, Johnson Holmes, he's got a good little offload. Oh, nice try. Ram. Girdler. They go to Walker now. Short ball. Holmes. Try. And that's the way you do it when you're a prop forward, isn't it?
That's exactly.
Hand up, head down, and Bradford. Short ball to McGrath.
So more of the same. So New South Wales have the advantage here. Offside by the Rebels.
Oh, and here they come, New South Wales. And this is King. King will score and put them in the lead for the first time here today with less than 5 minutes remaining. Well, here we are, everybody. We're back. Now we're back with high performance manager for the under-20s program here in Australia, Adrian Thompson. Adrian, how are you?
Yeah, very well, mate. Very well. Lovely day for it out here. Good crowd too. I'm surprised actually there's a lot of people here. It's very good. I'm glad we did it as a standalone event rather than a curtain raiser.
Yeah, it certainly is. And of course yourself, Ben Whittaker, Michael Grice as well, been very instrumental in getting this super under-20s program up and happening. It's been an absolute treat doing it personally, but I'll tell you what, the rugby has been unbelievable. You'd have to be happy.
Yeah, I think it's even better than it was last year. So we introduced this obviously 2 years ago. and we went to, we did have a national championship for under-20s for the 2 years prior to that, and before that we had nothing, so to be pretty much try and pick an Aussie 20s team from nothing. We've built to this, who knows where it'll get to in the future, but the last 2 years have been fantastic, and this year's been great rugby.
Adrian, do you think off the back of this success and how, as we say, how strong the rugby has been, do you think we're in the Australian under-20s are in for a really good campaign in the next couple of tournaments ahead?
I think what happens in this tournament doesn't always reflect what happens at the Aussie 20s. There's so many of the boys are contracted super players who they don't get till late, and to be honest, the Six Nation teams have been together for the whole time since December last year, so that makes it hard. But really the point of this comp's not so much, the Aussie 20s is a spin-off, but it's really about giving guys an opportunity, professional environment, and lead them into playing Super Rugby, which is ultimately what this is about.
I'm sure you've identified a few players that you wouldn't think, or you might not have been on your radar. Is that sort of an example of what this tournament can do in terms of sourcing those little gems that you might not see otherwise?
Yeah, 100%. So we introduced what's a pony group, a players and national interest group, which we selected back in October, and then from there players have been added to that based on outstanding performances in this competition. And it also has meant that the Super Rugby teams have also seen some talent develop that they probably weren't aware of, i.e. young Hamish Stewart's a good example here, who's gone from a kid playing Colts footy last year to sitting on the bench for the Reds last night.
Yeah, it certainly has. And I guess when you guys envisage this competition, I mean, is there any plans for growth of the competition, or are we going to stay, I guess, the 5 rounds and final?
Oh, yeah, look, we haven't thought that far ahead. So what we've done the last 2 years is got all the state high performance managers in around May and looked at what we're going to do next year. We'll do the same. We've reintroduced the National 16s Championship this year, so between that, the Schoolboys Championships at 18 and this at 20s, we think we've got a pretty good pathway. What the structure of the tournament looks like, not sure till May. You'll be the first to know.
Well, we're always the first to know here on Rugby.com.au, bringing all the news around. I guess success-wise as well, there's been a few different things, I guess, from the production as well, live to Facebook, all those initiatives just promoting the growth. How do you think we can go forward from here?
I think the big thing is that the crowd's actually starting to get some genuine interest in it. So you look at a lot of the comments on Facebook and a lot of the social media stuff, and a lot of these kids are, the Red supporters are taking interest in them, the Waratahs supporters, etc. And I think that's a big thing from it.
Well, thanks very much for joining us here, Adrian. It's been an absolute pleasure. Great to get your thoughts on the game, and we'll catch you next time. Enjoy the second half, mate.
Thank you, and thanks for your help through the year, boys. Much appreciated.
Thanks, Adrian.
Thanks, Adrian. As we go back now, the sides rejoining the fray. Always good to talk to Adrian, Sam, and it'll be the Reds to kick off here, running a left to right. The New South Wales Gen Blue, they're up against it here, and we're going to see a wet sail maybe here in Brisbane. There's been a few over the last week.
Yeah, there's been plenty over, especially up north, mate. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see if you'd have to think New South Wales will need to score the next try if they're to stay in this.
So the referee blows time on, and here we are now. It goes up and all, boom, and
great contest.
That's almost a mirror of the first restart, but no penalty blown. Mafu takes them forward now. Nice work by the number 2. He's been strong here today, and his set piece has been pretty good too, Sam.
Yeah, he's a very physical player that I know Brad Thorne's a big fan of. So very young, very good young talent.
Well, they've lost the ball forward there, so it's going to be a penalty here to the Gen Blue side. Holding on.
Good start for Gen Blue there. Some nice carries from the Reds, but they held on very, very well.
So Ram will take the ball. You look for maximum distance here, and he's not going to find it as Edwards comes back, and now Namanu sums up the situation. He's got so much time. He's walking and gets himself up to the 22, and the ball up to about the halfway there, but the breeze seems to have kicked in here at Brisbane.
Yeah, it's just a bit late pushing from right to left.
The Ballymore bluster, I believe they call it.
Is that a new term, or have you actually heard that before? You made that up.
Back in my days, sitting up on the hill as a kid, as the ball comes in out of Macaulay. Goes to Girdler, and Girdler goes without it. So, again, things are not clicking for Gen Blue at the moment.
Yeah, just off the mark. The pass was just behind Girdle there from Strang. As we have a look here, just mistimed it. Almost, probably Girdler might have been overrunning it. So, yeah, not ideal.
So first scrum of the second half, and Cooper, he's officiated pretty well. And he's had them, certainly, he puts his arm up there, and Gen Blue come away with their second scrum penalty here of the day. So pretty much the only aspect in this Super Under-20s big final that they've been dominant at.
Yeah, they've been really good, especially the last sort of 15 to 20 minutes. They've really started to assert themselves there. So maybe should look to exploit that a bit more.
So gets them well into touch and well into the 22 here for this Gen Blue side. Koonsel, he really needs to take control here and start directing. Of course, if you do want to get involved in the game on Rugby.com.au, hashtag Super U20s. And this is great defence again by the Reds. And it looks like they've forced the turnover. And yes, they have. Great stuff. Well in their own 22, under pressure. And this is why they're ahead on the scoreboard, Sam.
Yeah, very critical turnover there. Just to stop all New South Wales momentum. They've started the second half well, New South Wales, so that's a pretty poor showing from them there.
So one hand on the trophy already for this Reds under-20 side. (37-12) the scoreline. And that's going to be another penalty, this time the Reds.
It's the first Reds scrum penalty, so turning the tables on New South Wales there, who, as we just said, have really started to assert themselves in that area over the last 15 to 20.
It has been a great day here in the crowd. The official numbers, 3,250.
That's mate, it's a fantastic crowd.
And it was the same last year here on the Sunday at Ballymore, so I guess the crowd here, they're embracing this Super Under-20s, and the grandstand on our side almost to capacity. I think it takes about 5,000. And here comes Hewitt. Hewitt trying to get his team going forward, and the Gen Blue defence, it's better. Stewart juggles the ball. Namanu running wide. It's been a good combination for the fly half and fullback all game, and this time Hawkins is driven back. So the Gen Blue side with everything to play for in this second half. Hunt takes them forward. McLennan has joined the fray at half time. So you'll see a bit more aggression from the big number 19. This time Blythe. He's played well, Blythe. He's done all the hard stuff, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been fantastic in that real nitty-gritty type work.
As is this man, Hoopert. Hoopert, he's driven across field. This is good stuff. And Girdler, he's getting angry. As Nusafora goes for the box kick, and Clements comes around. He does well this time. And Ram goes
shanked that
for the touchline on the opposite side. And Stewart, again, plenty of time, and he puts this one nice and high. And both Strang and Namanu go for it, but now there's a bit of space. King couldn't really find Mohu, who's come on as well at half-time for the Gen Blue side, so made a couple of changes. There's McLennan. McLennan out the back to Lokatui. Lokatui to Clementson. They look a bit more organised here, the Gen Blue side.
Yeah, Strang's really got him going forward from half-back here.
Oh, great tackle there on Swinton. Of course, plays for the Sydney Uni Rugby Club. Around the, nice ball to Clements. Clements almost through, but ankle tapped by Riley. Oh, the ball comes out the back. It wasn't needed to Strang, and this time Clements loses the ball, so Nusafora with a little kick over the top.
Kick.
And that's a nice kick by the halfback.
Good kick, better bounce there.
Well, it's hard to split Nusafora and indeed Stewart, isn't it? At the moment, they're both controlling the game so well for this Reds under-20 side.
Work really well together, like just fantastic understanding of where each other are always going to be. It's just really good to watch live, I must say.
So the ball comes off the bottom and Girdler. Oh, what a tackle there by his opposite, Hewitt and Scott Young. Two of the bodies for this Reds under-20 side. He doesn't look good. Oh, no, he's knocked down. As we go now, he's in a bit of trouble there.
In a very bad way. Let's have a replay here.
Yeah, we may get a look at the replay. There's a bit of concern out there.
Looks like he's moving, which is a positive. But yeah, it's a very big hit, and he was face down for a while there, so just going to get a stretcher here now.
Yeah, there's a bit of concern out there by the crowd, and certainly we don't like seeing that. As now you see the Reds side there. So we'll definitely get some stoppage there, and we can see the arms moving, so everything good. Look at the haircut out there from Matthews on the bench here. And can I say something? He's raised $7,000.
Has he?
For leukemia.
For that
haircut.
For getting that haircut.
And
what a great man.
We've given him a bit of stick in the commentary box up here.
It's the first time I've seen.
Saying he's of Middle Earth ilk. But he's certainly done a very good job raising a lot of money for leukemia, and he's a genuine nice guy of this Super Under-20s competition.
It's a genuine Mr. T with a bit of a, I don't know, what's that beard? It's almost a half bushranger beard. Very bold look.
Yeah, certainly is, and both packs here. Girdler, as we said, he's in a bit of trouble. So play just stopped for the time being. So just taking your time, being cautious out there as we see some fans on the far side as well. So every part of this wonderful stadium here has sections of the crowd choosing to watch the best of the best in the Super Under-20s, of course, live on Rugby.com.au. You, of course, a Queensland correspondent.
That's correct.
How do you go with the facts?
What do you mean? What are you talking about? I don't even think you know what you're talking about.
Of course.
Don't you worry about me. You just worry about yourself, Gary.
Well, it's hard. It's hard. There's so many different things to do there, as we see. The kids enjoying it out here under the Ballymore blue skies.
So who's been we've talked plenty about this Queensland side and who's been impressive for them, but who have you liked from the
Gen Blue side of things,
mate?
Girdler for me, he was certainly taking them forward in this second half. I think Theo Strang as well. He's battled hard behind a forward pack who in broken field play and in open field play, they've been well beaten, haven't they? So he certainly created some opportunities, and a special mention I think to Ryan McCauley who's taken them forward as well.
I think Strang is a really good talent. New South Wales Waratahs are looking for a 9 at the moment. They've got young Gordon replacing Phipps, but I think there's definitely something in Strang. He's got a really good eye for the game, but I just don't think they've got enough ball to the centres at the moment.
For me, Pat McCutcheon, he's done it often in this Super Under-20s tournament. He's taken off, I guess, at Koonsel or whoever's been playing fly half Boardman as well, and brought on Travers at half, and Strang's moved to fly half, and I just think at the moment that probably gives them a bit more options running-wise as well, with the pace that Strang can show, and we know he can get through a tackle. I just think they need something out there.
Yeah, Travers is a completely different player to Strang, and I think Strang is actually as good of a general at 10 as he is at 9, so I'd like to see that change made at some stage in the next 5 or 10 minutes, yeah.
So we see now as Girdler will be carried from the field. as everyone involved concerned for the young number 8. He's been robust all game, and he can take his hat off because he's been one of the few forwards that's put his best foot forward for this Gen Blue side.
Yeah, he's been enormous. He's been enormous. So I never want to see anyone go off with serious injuries. So hopefully he's all good.
So we'll now see the injection of McGrath. McGrath, aggressive at the breakdown. And he certainly is a hustler, the number 20. So
he hunts for those turnovers, hunts for those pilfers. So
we'll see him probably going for Stewart. As the crowd gives another clap to Girdler.
As Strang puts the ball in, gets it away to Koonzel.
Yeah, Koonzel gets them downfield. That's his best clearing kick of the day.
The man who doesn't like to kick too often.
Yeah, he gets around and does a good job. And again, not finding the distance. I thought maybe he got a bit more on that as Nettleton looks to throw the ball in, but you can't do that without a forward pack of the line as they get in the huddle and decide what to do there without Girdler. And they execute nicely that time as McLennan runs wide, and McLennan, nice aggressive run. Swinton coming around, and Swinton this time getting them over the 22. This is good running with purpose here for the Gen Blue side. Inside ball. McGrath. Has he forced the turnover? No. I thought the Reds player got involved there. Picking and driving again. Here's McGrath. McGrath. He knows only one way. And that's it. Here's McLennan. Another aggressive run by him will do this Gen Blue side the world of good.
Turnover.
Oh, it's a turnover though.
Oh, that's unlucky for the Queensland there.
Yeah, a little knock on spotted by referee Cooper.
Don't think it was coming out. New South Wales going forward, so it'll be their ball. It's a good passage of play there by New South Wales. They're really starting to pick up some consistency and attack. It might be a bit too late for that. They might need an extra try here to be back in this.
Yeah, Strang. Only 10 minutes gone in the half, of course, with the injury to Girdler. So Strang ready to feed the ball. Koonzel set pretty flat here.
Massive scrum.
Yeah, big scrum by the Reds. Look at that. That sums up the day for me. Just nothing going right for this Gen Blue side.
Yeah, just as they might look as though they might get some consistency and some momentum going. They haven't been able to produce. Great scrum by the Reds. Under pressure, and they're not letting New South Wales back in this game.
So Stewart. Nice clearing kick again. Where can they go, this Gen Blue side, as we're going to see a replacement here. Phil Bradford coming into the fray as Nettleton will be replaced. So Bradford, very good runner in open spaces. Is
come banjo as well.
Travers comes on as well, and Koonzel has come off. That comes off the top. Nusafora to Stewart. Stewart wide. Riley. And here they come. Edwards. He's taken high. Advantage being played. He might see some time here.
That wasn't good.
King on the wing on the far side. The bigger man on little man is always
trying
to take the ball out.
No further action, just a penalty. Don't mind that. Not sure if I'm a massive fan of the new World Rugby laws.
We'll see the replay there. I think the referees have relaxed them a little bit by
it's good
looking at what's been happening, and that's another good kick.
Yellow cards change games. I don't think we should be handing them out willy-nilly. Gary? Great line out.
Yeah, nicely done. And look at this setup at the back by Hewitt, and Hewitt breaks free. Here come the Reds under-20s. First time in the half. They've really attacked. Mafu flick pass was on for him, but he held it. Stewart, Riley trying to run over Lokatui. This time it's Hoopert. McGrath takes him nicely. Here's Hunt almost slices through. He's close. Edie's unmarked on the wing. Are they there? Oh, it's been knocked on. He reached out in the end, and it's nice work by Swinton.
Really good defensive work by New South Wales there. It's good to see they haven't thrown in the towers. We have a look at the replay here.
Yeah, we see the replay.
It's Mafu getting through.
Yeah, he just
a
lost
last
the ball, didn't he?
knock on there, yeah.
Saw that white line and everything spilled out. So we'll see now, as Theo Strang's moved to fly half, I think Ram may get the kicking duties here. And young Banjo comes around. No, they're going to settle one up, and good tackle by Stewart. Something we don't talk about too much is his defence, and McGrath nicely done to Strang. Strang. First mistake of the game as McLennan comes over the top. But the Reds under-20s now with a good chance to attack. Riley, dummies. Oh, nice tackle there by Big Harry Chapman. There he is again, Blythe. Ball spits out, and Angus Scott Young, he'll settle the play. They're so patient, this Reds under-20 side. Hewitt, dummies. Can't get a ball away, though. Was looking for support. Here's Hoopart. He's been strong all game. Scott Young. A nice defence by the Gen Blue side. And, yeah, the captain there, Liam Wright, came across, and now they'll be happy to suck up some Gen Blue players and take it one out, as they're 5 out now. They're very close. Hewitt, he's threatening, isn't he, at the moment, Sam?
3 very good touches in this set.
Here's Mafu.
Oh, he lost it.
Little knock on again by the hooker.
Gee, that's unlucky.
And we're looking for a sub soon. Looks like Ganita will come on. And he's going to replace Angus Blythe, who has had a tremendous game for this Reds under-20 side. Of course, coming from the field now, he's getting a round of applause from the home crowd as he's had an amazing game. He's been in everything. He's carried them forward when he's had to. He's won the lineouts. And he's been one of the go-to men for this Reds under-20 side. And they lose nothing now with Ganita coming on the field. So, that's not the best feed by Travers. They're going to be under the pressure here. So Mafu looking for the quick one. You'd have to think they'll take the scrum here, Sam.
Complete dominance by the Reds at the scrum. It's really just turned on its head out of nowhere.
Yeah, it wasn't really helped by the feed by Travers.
It's gone for the actual straight feed rather than the crooked one that every man and his dog do at the moment.
So now we've got Stewart lined out to the right. Nemanu on the left. Will we see Hewitt pick up from the back of the scrum here? He's going to be very close. He might have to here, as it's a good scrum by the Reds under-20s. You think they'll probably go again here, Sam?
Yeah, another scrum penalty, and he'll be looking to his pocket, I reckon, referee Cooper. It's on that far side. Tight head for New South Wales under the pump. Harrison Chapman.
Yes, Harry Chapman may get replaced
Here he goes, the big man.
by Matthews coming to the sideline. You'll certainly see him right now on our screens.
One of the great cuts.
Yeah, it definitely is. Nice and aggressive for a grand final. Everyone loves a spruik in a grand final, but here's scrum time, and this is another one by the Reds, so they've done well. Stewart gets the ball, body's in motion, but he goes himself in the end, and he's still going. He's close. They'll pick and drive, and he's over. That man, Hewitt, he's been threatening all half. His running's been aggressive. And the big number 8 gets his just desserts as we look now at the replay. He was close, Stewart.
Yeah, nearly got there, Stewart, but then Hewitt has been searching for work this whole second half, and he gets a try for his all his work in the tough areas there. It's been a long road back to recovery for Reece. Speaking to him during the week, he's just happy to be out there playing footy again, and it's great to see a man of his talent. You rarely see a guy like him who is the physical package and he's an absolute beast on the field. Just loves the physical stuff, and you'll see that today.
Yeah, certainly, and he featured in that pre-game package as well, where he spoke very well of what it means to him to win here today at Ballymore, given the long road he's, as you mentioned, come back on. So it took a while to get some points on the board here, but now can this Gen Blue side get some respectability on the scoreboard as Hawkins does well there with the grab, reached back. A nice run by the captain there, Wright, who certainly has been responsible for plenty of turnovers here today. Stewart goes back the other way. They'll counter-attack here, Hunt. Hunt met that time by Simpson.
Yeah, not
a
great.
little knock on, so.
We see what they were trying to do there, but I think Hunt he had a 3-on-2 outside him. He needed to get that ball shifted one more pass across.
Yeah, suffering from cramps. We saw him leave the field last week with an injury, so good to see him out here playing today. He's been exceptional, especially off the ball as well as on the ball.
He's been he's an underrated part of this Reds attack. He's not the most flashy, as we have a look here. Just losing the ball through contact here as it's spilled out the back, unfortunately. But yeah, he's not one of the flashy backs that this Reds outfit's got, but he gets through plenty of work getting over the game line outside of Stewart. It's very important to this team. As we see...
yeah, we've got Horan.
Alex Horan.
Warming up. He had a great game last week against the Brumbies side.
Yeah, you know it's a good side when a player of Alex's quality's warming the pine.
Yeah, definitely. Well, he's had the taste of NRC as well for the Vikings.
Of course, the son of Wallabies great Tim, who's sitting here in the stands, enjoying a couple of beverages. Along with plenty of other ex-Reds and plenty of the current Copper Reds here as well. It's good to see.
So here comes Horan. He's going to enter the fray as Hunt leaves the field. He's had a good game, Hunt, and then gets the applause accordingly. So Travers now with the ball, the Gen Blue side looking to attack as we see Hunt with that knee heavily strapped up. He did well to get on the park here today.
Yeah, he's been massive. He looks like it's in a world of hurt there, unfortunately. Really struggling to put any weight on that right leg.
So short arm to the Reds again. So again, unfortunately there, can't get it right at scrum time, Sam.
Yeah, real domination this second half by the Reds. It's as if they've flicked the switch and decided they want to go good in this scrum time. And Stewart clears.
Ball comes down, doesn't find touch. So first time today, maybe that was on purpose, Sam. As they come now and counter-attack, King looking for Clements. Clements runs inside, gets around a couple. And McLennan, the aggressor, cleans out well. Strang offloading. Johnson Holmes, Macaulay. Strang comes around and Bradford can't go with it. And again, the pass just not sticking there.
Yeah, still struggling to get any real consistency. Strang's not quite meshing with Travers at the moment.
We'll see the replay here, and he just came around and he forced the pass there, Strang.
Push pass.
Probably, as he's probably unaccustomed to be playing that wide, and the better option would have just to be trying to chance his arm there. So the Reds under 20s, they've got a very flat back line, and that's a good scrum by Gen Blue. So getting one back. They've switched on at scrum time, and it's only taken them 20 minutes into the half. But we talked about both packs pre-game, and to be fair, it has been fairly evenly matched.
Scrum time it has. I think in general play, the Reds have really dominated getting over that gain line and setting up the platform for Stewart and co. But no, definitely at scrum time, it's been a tight battle. So we see
Boardman coming into the fray. He's going to be playing it inside centre. Lokatui getting replaced there. So pretty much an all-new back line now for this Gen Blue side. Yeah, just coming through on that McGrath. So another unfortunate error by this Gen Blue side. So with this sort of lead, 44-12, do you think ball in hand, and they try and work it up the field here, this Reds 20s?
I think they'll just keep doing what they've been doing and dominating field position through Stewart, I think.
Oh, good scrum again by Gen Blue.
Turnover.
Yeah, they force the turnover. Strang has the ball. Boardman now. Boardman taking on Namanu, it was. He does well to bring him down. Macaulay. Another good run by the lock. They're digging for the ball. Travers now. Johnson Holmes offloads and gets the ball away. Moe will go in. Good try. Good skills. And Gen Blue, against almost the run of play, come up with a try.
What a ball by Edward King around the corner. It's real razzle-dazzle stuff there. But the scrum set it up, as you said. It's really just flicked a switch and they're back on top at scrum time, and that's what's set up this try.
Yes, 44-17. And Mohi, as we look at the replay here, Johnson Holmes and around the corner.
Look at that. Highlight reel stuff.
It's probably one of the best passages of play we've seen from scrum to try by this Gen Blue side. So as we said, you can't take anything away from them. They can forge a comeback still with 17 to go. Maybe a little bit out of their grasp, I guess, but we'll see as Ram lines up the ball. It's a tough kick. It's almost exactly identical to the one he missed in the first half, Sam.
Yeah, he sliced that one. Let's see how he goes here.
This one looks a bit better as it comes around. So 44-19 is the score. 25 points the difference.
Quick try here and you never know.
3 tries and a penalty.
Doable.
Get them to evens. Strang gets the ball downfield and hits the ball nicely. That is their best clearing kick of the day. So the sail's out for the Gen Blue side as Stewart now takes them on. Oh, geez, just got so much time again. The chase was fairly good by the Gen Blue side.
Holding on.
Holding on, so A little bit isolated there. I mean,
Jeez,
this Reds 20 side has been so good at the breakdown, just getting there in numbers all game, consolidating the ball. So
yeah, they've rolled a couple of replacements on. They haven't been quite as dominant at the breakdown since they've come on. So if New South Wales get on here, have a real game in our hands here, Gareth.
Will be a good test here for Bradford's line-out, hailing from the Wanderers Club in Newcastle. Looking for a bit more of a gap there. Is the referee. Nicely won by Macaulay. Goes behind to Strang. Strang looking for King, and King can't go with it. Opportunity wasted there for the Gen Blue side.
That's bad. Bad footy. Pass behind.
Running across field. There's no direction really. There's no angled runners. They need options. And at the moment, they just haven't got any.
Yeah, their tries have been pieces of, I guess, individual brilliance rather than sustained team play outside of that scrum. As we see Reece Hewitt come from the field to a big round of applause.
Yeah, definitely. He's had a great game, hasn't he, Hewitt?
Superb.
As we see him come from the field there. Replaced by Tarfer, and I tell you what, Tarfer comes on and
he's a beast.
He's hard to put down, isn't he?
He always comes on and absolutely smashes it. It's another example
Yeah,
of the
penalty again. It's going too early. There might be a bit of a card as we'll turn it up here.
Oh, come here.
We're going to have a chat here.
Okay. The message is, okay, we've had 3 collapses and 2 early push. Yeah. Okay, next one's going in the bin. Yeah. Happy? Thank you.
So referee blows the whistle there and the warning comes out.
Not happy. Oh, it's not out.
Second time today, so Stewart. Oh, Clements. McLennan gets in the way and he comes up with it somehow. Here's McGrath. Good, strong run by McGrath again. This time it's Simpson. Bradford lines up, but they go to Macaulay. Caught in a good tackle. They need to slow it down here and just regroup. Oh, nice hit by Stewart on the bigger man, McLennan. As Travers gets a bit of a touch there. Zandamanu looking to step off the left and does so. Trying to find a bit of space and slice up the middle, but just couldn't get there. As again, Hooper, he's been tremendous. Enormous here today, hasn't he?
It's superb again. It's highlighted by Nick Stiles last night, actually, post-game, as a young prop he's watching.
Yeah, good tackle again. Good aggressive stuff by the Gen Blue side. Mafu. And to be fair, you can't say there's been a bad player out there for this Red side.
No, every one of them's played their job, done their role.
Little chip over the top by Stewart, but Travers is awake to it. Here comes Clements. Looking now for Ram. Ram trying to get around and stays in somehow, but Hoopert with a tackle on the touchline. Well done by the prop.
Oh.
Strang caught awkwardly there. Travers now digging for it. Holding the ball in. Trying to draw the penalty. Johnson Holmes, good hands. As the ball bounces into his arms. And Simpson this time takes them forward. Clements dummies, gets through.
Oh.
Gets a nice ball away to Matthews. Matthews. As Johnson Holmes, inside ball. Ed King couldn't get it away to Travers. Looming on the inside. Little kick behind by Clements. Has to dive on it.
Oh, gee whiz.
He looks to be all right. He copped a face jump, I think you'd call it.
Exactly what you'd call it.
Ball coming back now, and Riley with a kick downfield. And
might have been Horan, I think.
Was it Horan? I thought it was Riley. And I was going to say.
I've seen him kick like that before.
I didn't think he had a kick in him, but it was Horan indeed. So this offers the Reds under-20s, of course, with Horan out there, an extra option in attack.
Yeah,
Tafu comes out of the line out.
Second playmaker at 12.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see McGrath take Tafu off this line because McGrath, the littler man, very aggressive, good technique. And I'm sure he's going to throw his body at this one as the ball comes in nicely won.
Here we go.
By the Reds, and here we go. No, they go wide instead to Riley. Riley breaks free. Namanu outside to Edwards. Edwards has plenty of pace, and Edwards will go over. Try!
4 tries for Sammy Edwards. What a superstar, what a performance. Namanu again with the final pass, and that's just superb footy by the Reds.
Yeah, what a try. And looks to be a bit of an injury out there to Edwards, which is unfortunate. He's had a great game.
4 tries. Absolute superstars. We have a look at the replay here. The top of the line out, perfect ball. Yusufora, as we said, Stewart looked wider to Riley.
And again, the option, Sam.
Great offload here, but a bad missed tackle, which allowed Nemani to get a 2-on-1. And Edwards shows a great pair of heels, just get away in the corner for his 4th of the day.
Yeah, looks to have hurt the hip there in the corner.
I think that'll, fair to say, that'll be the sealer there. Gareth?
I think for the first time today, or not the first time today, sorry, you are correct, Sam. Of course, it's been a pleasure covering this comp on Rugby.com.au. Plenty of highlights, but they've left the biggest highlights for the final, this Reds under-20 side.
Yep. Yep, absolutely superb
This
today.
goes over, we'll see 50 points chalked up on the scoreboard.
All sliced.
It's waved away, so 49-19.
You'd like to see a big round 50 on there, wouldn't you?
It's a whole number. Not happy with 7-7, Sam?
No.
As the ball comes down. Again, nice restart by Strang. Hocking's taking it. This time it's Tafa. Look at the run by Tafa. Aggressive again. As they come out. Gall. Also, the front row of this Reds under-20 side has been exceptional. Nusafora. He'll need support. He may not, as Edie's calling for it. Chipped in behind as Edie comes across. Can't get the ball. So now, looking to get through there is Ram, and Ram. He's taken on the sideline again. Here's Matthews. Matthews dummying to no one and taking it in.
Oh,
that is a poor ball by Travers. So they lose about 10 metres there, and they may even lose the football. No, Travers digs it out somehow. Mohi, the try scorer. He's going to be held up here. Great strength. Look at that by the Reds under-20s. They're there in numbers. They're there for each other, and they have forced the turnover again.
very good footy, but that's some average attack by New South Wales. 2 passes in a row, one from Travers and then one from Strang, which found dirt before they found hands. And it's put them on the back foot, and that's how the Reds have been able to get on top, get that ball up for them all.
So with 10 minutes remaining, this certainly could see them go over to the 50-point mark, the half century. It's a milestone in any match, isn't it? Let alone a Super Under-20s final.
Yeah, far and away their best team all year, and I think we've seen that again today, Queensland. 9-1.
Well, we said a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? Sorry to cut you off.
No,
that they are probably a 20-point better side than most sides out there, the top sides, and they've certainly shown that today as Stewart takes them on again. Goes to Riley. Riley breaks through. Riley can't get it free. But again, nice line. Stewart with options, as he's had all game, as Mafu now looking to get them over. That's going to be a turnover and a penalty.
That's well done. Who was that?
I think it was McLennan, was it? Or Simpson?
Might have been Lockie Simpson, I think.
Simpson certainly getting the pats on the heads by his teammates. They've called it 40 out, and we're going to see Mafu come from the field.
Here come the reinforcements.
Yeah, they're all coming off now. As you'll see, a host of changes here. Pitts, Domenico, Gorman's on, and Fassler. So the front row get a big cheer as Scott Young now gets the ball wide. Here's Stewart. They go wide again. Edwards recovering from that hip injury. Tafa. Here's Fassler. Fassler with his first touch, and it's a good one. He's held up, though. That's a penalty coming all the way back. We'll take a listen here to the referee.
Back here.
Here.
There's Amy Perrott with the call.
Late hit by one blue.
For the late hit. There you go. We'll see. Another touch finder by Stewart. Looks like Stewart's coming on here as well.
Will
the 16
off.
Will Eadie's coming off as well. Had a fair game. Not as much to do today as he did last week, but he's certainly done everything subliminally.
Yeah, he's been great. Real clean pair of heels, Will.
So the ball comes to the back. Pitts guiding it. Fassler has it at the back. They look to drive forward. They're a fair way out, but I tell you, that's a nice set piece again. Stewart has the ball. As they come all going without it. Lucas pops the ball up, but it's going to be called back for a penalty. We'll just take a quick listen here too.
Time off.
We might see a card here. Is it
Theo.
time off's called?
Okay. We've had the scrum penalties. Now 2 silly penalties. One for late hit, and then one collapsing the maul. I need it stopped or someone's going to go to the bin.
Yeah, good refereeing by Cooper there.
Yeah, no, very good. Common sense, mate.
Yeah, definitely. And
it's all I'm after in a referee.
Certainly he's probably going to be off to bigger and better things as Amy Perrott on the touchline. She's on the world tour now. That's a flatter line out there by the replacement Fassler, but he comes round the back and joins them all as they come through the other side. And here they come, the Reds. You can't think it's going to be stopped, is it? No. Oh, they're close.
Try.
And that's a try. That gets them over 50. And that is a great team try, team performance. And the Reds under-20s absolutely dominating this Super under-20s final.
Just another example of some dominance by Queensland. And as we see, a card as well.
Oh, the cards come out too.
No try.
Oh, so it's a penalty.
Oh.
Sorry.
Collapsing.
I thought he'd put the arm up for the try there.
Oh, it's a bit different. The vertical arm compared to the penalty arm. There's not much difference, is there?
Well, you'd like to think that they'll reset here with a man down and the score will remain. Yeah, we saw the replay there, so collapsing them all and had nothing really to do there. The Gen Blue side, they'll have to dig deep here as now Fassler comes to the back. We got very excited there, didn't we?
No, you did.
Well, the Gen Blue side looking, that's a great defensive effort, but they're a man down at scrum time here.
Yeah, man down in that maul as well, and they managed to hold on. So let's see if they can. There might have to be a couple of changes here now, though, to get a scrum right.
So they're going to have to replace the front row, and looks like Jack Nettleton will be the man to come out there. Bradford may shift to prop, with Johnson Holmes on the sideline as well. He's got his boots off. So they're going to replace Simpson, who's had a very good game. He probably will see the game out on his touch line now, though. So the pressure, we'll look for it to come from this Reds scrum. Oh, look at that. The screws turned on immediately, not waiting for anything, Sam. So we'll probably see a scrum here, and we may get to that 54-point mark.
There's a massive push, absolutely enormous push. You could hear them say, as they squeeze in now, and as soon as they went, they just blew New South Wales off the park there.
Everyone on tenterhooks here at Ballymore, Sam. They are looking for that 50-point mark.
It'll be a big celebration tonight, I think, at Ballymore.
Bind! Sets!
We hear the referee Cooper at scrum time, and here comes the scrum. Oh, they go quickly. Here's Horan almost getting the offload. Stewart now running towards the line. Oh, he's held up. He is held up. Great defence. They're looking just to go direct at them here.
Oh, there you go. That'll do it.
So the referee now blowing time off in the Super Under-20s final. Full time, and it's been an absolute whitewash here, 49-14. And what do you have to say about that, Sam?
As we said, Queensland have been head and shoulders the best team in this competition all season, and we saw that again today. They weren't rattled by the big stage. All the eyes on them here at Ballymore, the 3,000 eyes. It's been fantastic performance, and they've just dominated. They've been the best team all year, and that's 2 seasons undefeated now from Queensland.
Well, what a great tournament it was. Unfortunate injury to Girdler, but 49-19 is the scoreline. The Reds under-20s defeating the Gen Blue side. Thanks very much for joining us, Sam Phillips. Who was your best out there?
I'm going to go with Sammy Edwards. 4 tries, tough to beat.
Yeah, certainly tough to beat. Special mentions, of course, to Nutsafora, Stewart, Blythe, Scott Young, and, of course, the captain, Wright, and the number 8, Hewitt. You can't really name a bad player out there today. It was tough. Anyway, I'm Gareth Wozick. Thanks for joining us again, Sam Phillips. We'll catch you next time on Rugby.com.au.